Hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. I hope this message finds you well. Happy Monday to everyone. Trust you had a good weekend. I just wanted to check in with everybody, wish everybody a really great week, and share something which came to mind over the weekend. I just finished working out, so I'm a little sweaty and tired, but it's fine. I was watching this commercial, and it featured an artist who came from quote unquote nothing and rose to fame and stardom, through hard work and dedication, etc. And the intention of the commercial obviously was to be inspirational and to remind people that you can come from nothing and work hard and use your determination and grow and become successful. And I was really digging the message, except for the part where the announcer said that this artist came from nothing. I know that particularly in the movies and in books, we like to romanticize the struggle from, being poor and having nothing to working hard and achieving all your dreams, etc. And I think that there is something to be said about sharing stories about people who had very little few material things when they were young, or maybe didn't come from the best circumstances, and how we are able to, with a good mindset and support and a whole lot of other things, if we are consistent, work towards coming into something higher, coming into a better life for ourselves materialistically, right? And also for that sense of self-accomplishment, etc. The issue that I had was, however, with the phrase, he started from nothing. He came from nothing. And they said it like 2 or 3 times, if I'm not mistaken, in this commercial. Or maybe I just am amplifying it in my mind. He came from nothing and rose to be a star. We don't come from nothing, you all. We come from greatness. Before we were anything, before we were physical, we were an idea in the mind of the divine, in the mind of God consciousness. And we didn't start from nothing. We started from that idea, and then we came into life. And we started with life, and we started with potential, and we started with gifts, and we started with capacities, and we started with natural talents. And our job while we are on this planet is to do the best that we can to cultivate those talents, those gifts, those capacities that we all came to this earth with. From jump. We have different gifts, we have different talents, we have different paths, but we all come endowed with, right, that software downloaded into us already. We don't come from nothing. We come from the mind of the divine, the grand architect. Now, some of us are born into circumstances where we are physically abused or mentally abused or not treated the way we should be treated. Some of us, I'll raise my hand, grew up, and experienced poverty when we came up. Those are facts. And I think it is important to talk to people about what they can do, particularly those of us who've been able to make a little bit of progress in our lives, right? To share the steps that we took, the mindset that we developed, etc., to get from point A to point B. But I believe that we've got to get away from this fairy tale conversation of telling people that we started from nothing. Because if you think that you started from nothing, then the climb it can be a little bit more daunting, it can be a little bit more intimidating, and it might feel less possible. But if you know that you came from something greater than what you see right now, and that you come from something greater than what you can feel or touch right now, that gives you a head start. And even those of us who experience poverty as young people, if we can find people, adults who pour into us, that is something. That pouring in, that knowledge is something. When I was in the 5th grade, our father sat us down at the table and said, my kids are going to change this world. And, at that time, from the material perspective, we didn't have much. But there was something about his conviction, and there was something about the way he just said it out like it was fact. It wasn't even up for debate, that somewhere in the back of my mind, in the back of my siblings' mind, it sort of stuck. And it has stuck with us throughout. And over the years, he and my mother continued to pour those seeds in. From the outside looking in, people would think, they didn't have this, they didn't have that, et cetera, et cetera. But we always had those seeds that were poured into us. So we came in with stuff already endowed to us by the divine. And then our parents continued to pour into us. And then other adults started to pour into us to propel us forward. So when we're talking to other people or sharing stories or talking to young people people in particular. I know a lot of us, myself included, this week, we're going to be starting working with young people in summer programs and that type of thing. Let's get rid of that language about you started from nothing, because we all started from something. Before we were in the physical, we were an idea in the mind of the divine. And once we came onto this planet, after we made our entrance, we may not always have had the material things or the physical things that give us comfort, the material things that allow us to have more choices. Those are things that some of us were not born into. It does not mean we came from nothing, though, right? And if you think that you came from nothing, really, then your prospect for creating a future that aligns with what you really want is really, really small. But when you recognize that you come from something, that there's something within you that's greater than what you might see around you, then that allows you to receive when people pour into you. It propels you to reach out and get information and try to build yourself up and do the work necessary to move into a successful life however you define success. Okay. So on this magnificent Monday, when we're getting up and some of us are going out, some of us are staying home, hopefully we're all still wearing our masks and social distancing to the best of our capabilities. As we're making our way out, remember, you come from magnificence. You come from magic. You come from wonderment. You come from something so great, it can't be captured by the mind's eye. It can't be captured by the physical eye. It can't even be captured into words. No matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, if you feel like you don't have anything, you are wrong. And if you feel like you didn't come from anything, you are wrong. You came from greatness. Greatness is your destiny. It might take you a little bit of time to find it. It might take you a little time to redefine it in a way that feels good in your spirit, but it is there. And my wish for you this week is, as you get up and get going, get back to that remembering. Nobody comes from nothing. We don't come from nothing. Before we were physically put on this planet, we were an idea in the mind of the Most High. And as such, great things await you and great things await me. And our purpose this week is to go and make those things come to life. That's it. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye.